So in this lesson, we're actually going to create the shape we need in order to house the joystick for our controller. If we're looking at the controller from the top view, we can start to draw a circle on the top plane. We can add some dimensions to this. Let's make this 1.1. And let's locate this circle from the origin. Let's do 0.8. And in this direction, we'll do 1 inch. Let's extrude the shape 0.5 inches, and in direction 2, 0.7, to make sure that it's joined with this body. Make sure we auto-select this body, and we want to add some draft. Let's do 3 degrees, and in the other direction, make sure also 3 degrees. So now that we have the cylinder we need, or the cone rather, we can actually start to make the hollow shape we need for the joystick to sit in. Let's start a sketch right on this face. I'm going to choose a circle. I'm going to wake this center point up. Let's dimension this to 0.8. And we can draw a center line in here. We're going to use this center line and this edge, this sketch that we drew as an edge, to help us sketch the next shape, which will be the pocket that the controller joystick will sit in. So in order to do that, we need to make a plane. Like so. And we can sketch on this plane. And draw a straight line down. And if it's easier, we can just look at this from the right side. Make sure that line is vertical. Draw a horizontal line. And we're going to draw an arc this way. Make sure that that arc is horizontal on the bottom so we get a nice, smooth, rounded shape that we're going to cut out of this cone shape. So the height will be 0.65. And the last thing we need to make sure we do is to snap this point onto this sketch that we're using as a guide. Next step is to do a revolve cut. Now we have the pocket to work in. So on that same plane, let's open up another sketch. And we're going to draw the joystick. So we can start with a vertical line. And I'm just going to start drawing this out. We can add dimensions to this later. But I want to get the general shape of this joystick. And if it helps, we can actually look at this, the hidden lines visible, so we can see the pocket that we're working within. So we can offset this to get this shape that we need. Let's do 0.02. Join this down here. Trim this side away. Make sure that everything is connected to the origin. Let's continue to draw our shape. Looks pretty good. Make sure that these are all tangent. And we'll start throwing some dimensions on here. Let's make this 0.14. Let's make the overall height 1.03. We can make this radius here 0.35. And the overall width of the top, we're going to make this 0.35. Let's make this 3.5, sorry. That looks better. And we're going to make this 0.2. Looks like it doesn't like it. Let's go back here. You can see when you start adding dimensions to things, if you don't shift things as you're adding them, SOLIDWORKS thinks that you're doing something that you're not. And it makes a lot more sense if you do them one at a time and make sure you move your sketches around. So we can keep adding more dimensions. And add a fillet here. Add one more dimension here. Let's make this 0.08. Also, let's make sure that this is snapped to the origin. That looks pretty good. Okay, so all we need to do now is to revolve the shape. We should have something that resembles a trigger. That looks really good. So in our next lesson, what we'll do is we're going to be adding ergonomic side grips to the rest of the controller handle.